It's summertime, and of course we have new mods. In the season of summer, we added the ability to make many types of sodas, which also works with the Stardew Valley Vineyard mod, and continuing on with alcoholic beverages, we can also make cider and whiskey. We added more books and can now become friends with Birdie. For crops and forage, we can grow more carrots, more grapes, collect and grow more berries, and also grow some soybeans. And for our animals, we can now breed fish, and animals make large products. For Artisanal, we can make tofu, craft more with slimes and mushrooms, make kimchi, cover our food in gold, and also make some potions. We can cook a little more with mixed seeds, and for new buildings, we can make a deluxe shed and a workshop too to make a few new pieces of pottery. So with that out the way, let's get into the season. On day 1, we married Zenia, and Marlon asked us to pop by the guild. We danced with Zenia as we always do with our new spouse, and in the mail received the membrillo recipe. We immediately jumped into the Monday sort, collected some sweet gemberry wine and other wines we had on hand, getting a section of most of them into casks in the cellar of our house. Over 30 types of jelly in various qualities and an equal amount of pickles got stored away, and apparently that was all we did on that first Monday sort. From Pierre, we bought butternut squash, blueberries, tomatoes, melons, hops, red cabbage, scotch bonnets, julep mint, bell peppers, petunia seeds, and kohlrabi before handing out rabbit's feet and heading to Robin's to ask for a fish pond. Cave Patrol was chosen as our quest for the week. Nikolai got a dandelion for his birthday, ancient fruit was harvested, and we got a load of new crops planted down. We shipped sweet gemberry wine and a look puff before sleeping the first day away. Our luck leveled as we slept, and we chose the assistant perk on the rainy day 2, and we found our first Joja Cola freedom. The bear got its maple syrup, we found our first baneberries, and because we had talked to the bear just a moment ago, he told us we can now have bears on the farm if we get the premium barn from Stardew Valley expanded. The vineyard got some of the star fruit it asked for, we shipped a baneberry, an elder blossom, and a forest chamomile. At the Void Ranch, we could put away a gold quality void duck feather, and from the dwarf, we bought 4 of each elegant, famous, flat, gamer shroom, glowing, round, Hoggy Camp, skinny, and teal mushroom boxes. We ventured into the mines to try and start vanquishing bugs for the Cave Patrol quest, and in the Adventurers Guild trash we found our first Joja Cola Prismatic Pride. Marlon let us know we could use his boat if we brought him some items, and with Zenia we tried to have a date in a special new cave she had found, but the cave had a different idea. And afterwards Zenia said to us the most romantic thing that I had ever heard. Linus was kind enough to teach us how to make a floral keg, and we used our big farm cave to set the mushrooms growing, as I think it makes sense to plant them here and fill out the spaces under here a little bit before we slept. On day 3, we got our first silver cheese, cleared the quarry, crafted some iridium sprinklers and heavy duty beehives, and got the hives down to start making our first royal honey. We planted poppies down at the honey farm and bought 4 new sheep, calling them Marco, Kostelak, Caro, and Judah, before getting the sprinklers down on all the mushroom boxes. We could store away 2 qualities of large sheep and goat cheese and 3 types of large mayo. We set sweet gemberry wine into casks, and we slept day 3 away. On day 4, we received the pina colada recipe and still crafting recipe. We watched a train go by, set a second fish pond down, gave Sandy a crocus, and stocked up on starfruit before starting on a tree farm for hevius and mahogany wood in the desert. And of course, this will also be decorated up at some point too. We harvested what starfruit was ready, set 1 sprinkler down with fertilizer, and put down all the starfruit seeds we had. We added some starfruit to the vineyard, we could store away large iridium mayo, and we slept. On day 5, we got 4 iridium quality cheeses for the collection, and in the mail received the huckleberry pie recipe. We cooked up some giardiniera, horseradish pickle chips, lemon tart, black cherry flan, and received a big book of cooking from it, which we read. We watched Sophia and her twin wander through the village using the mutant bug layer to work on the Cave Patrol quest. At Grampleton, the wildflower trees were almost back to all being replanted after the mod had updated. We picked up our first hibiscus, alamander, and gardenia for shipping completion, harvested our first silkworms, and automated the first mulberry trees now that they were fully grown. Killing bugs in the mines got us our first ice rod, and at 9:40 that night we got the Cave Patrol quest all finished up. We equipped that ice rod, harvested the greenhouse, and slept. On day 6, 3 new wines were set to age, receiving in the mail the carrot cake recipe and crafting recipes for the geode crusher and flower arranging table. Julep mint was ready, shipped and stored, an iridium cloud feather could be stored away, and we asked Robin to move our Void Ranch buildings. We remembered the movie theater existed, bought 3 tickets so we could store one away, Oliver got a birthday gift, and we decided to see a movie with Thalia, just so we could get inside and give Martin his birthday gift before we crafted up a few machines. A cheese press, mayo machine, loom, tree bee house, mushroom grower, bird houses, oil maker, and silkworm racks before heading to Grampleton. Bird houses and mushroom growers went on all the base game trees, silkworms were set to turn into silk cocoons, tree bee houses went onto the quaint living trees. The other machines went down so we can process the void products out in the orchard, and we fenced in a decent amount of the void ranch area, shipped a red Zenia, stored an extra large U-milk, and slept. On day 7, we got another grilled cheese sandwich recipe. Kohlrabi was ready, shipped and stored. Pierre sold us some clary sage and collard greens, and we had a chat with Pop in the trash. Thalia got a gift for their birthday, and Nikolai had their birthday party. Our first royal jelly was ready, and from Robin we bought the new workshop building, placing it near our house. A few more beehives went down, and then we had a talk with Mateo outside of the museum before he walked us home. We received our first Joja Cola Gold, stored away our first normal quality sheep cheese, planted down our new crops, completed the next raccoon quest, which got us the jungle tank. We pushed back one of our paths, set some sheep cheese into the cask, and slept again. On day 8, we received the pear crisp recipe in the mail, and jumped straight into the Monday sorting. And I should say this takes us so long now that we all agreed on stream to pause time during the sorting process. We shipped an everlasting blue jazz and stored away the rest. A trilobite sword, spoon, flute, doll, egg, drum, nautilus fossil, cog, and spur were turned into amber. Kegs were upgraded to iridium level, as was the dehydrator, which was stocked with a large amount of fruits to dry. Fruits were set to turn into loose leaf tea, and the same was done for popsicles. Iridium sheep milk was stored, and the Monday sort drew to a close rather quickly. Scotch bonnets were harvested, shipped, and stored. More crops were fertilized. We picked the summer flowers request, bought the vanilla bean ice cream recipe, and stocked up on a load of ice cream at the same time. We fished until we caught 2 sturgeon for the fish ponds, and stored away iridium large goat's cheese and normal large cheese before cooking up a carrot cake, peach sliders, lemon blueberry cake, lemon chocolate cake, and lemon cupcake before sleeping. On day 9, we explored the workshop, finding a dyeing station, furnace, and kiln, which would allow us to make 4 new items. We automated the kiln with some clay, harvested, shipped, and stored our first red cabbage. Olga got a birthday gift. We bought our next paper flower in vase, some basil seeds, and headed to Mount Vapius to blow it up for a large haul of minerals here. We found our first golden spur and first dwarvish device before getting knocked out. Luckily we lost nothing, and before leaving Vapius we picked up the seasonal crop orders request as well. Crops were planted, we hung lanterns in the animal enclosure, and we slept. On day 10, Zenia told us she thought there was more to the flower paradise, telling us we would need a life essence to unlock it. Bell peppers, hops, tomatoes, and dewdrop leaves were ready, with the bell pepper and a dewdrop leaf shipped off. All qualities of red bell peppers were stored, and the single qualities of green, yellow, and orange as well. We collected sturgeon roe and set it to turn into caviar, moved our first fish ponds to be together, and bought our 3rd fish pond while we were at it. From Pierre, we bought 100 SCOBY and all the tea recipes he had, as well as Heraroa, Flower Crown, Estivessel, Devil's Horn, Ahudia, a single rice noodle to ship, as well as some soybeans. We found a rare stamp at the beach and headed to Ginger Island. Cactus was harvested and placed down before we asked the frog to look at our crops, getting us 15 more golden walnuts. We cleared the rest of the farm, tried to talk to Birdie, and slept on the island this night. On day 11, we scoured the island for forage, bought the post box, and were both impressed and horrified at how much forage was outside Leo's house, leaving us with a bounty of forage to take home. The island trader was unlocked, we had a look at what was on offer, and then we headed home to the luau. Here we bought the ice cream sundae, dragon fruit gelatin, and tropical delight recipes before stocking up on starflowers, arcane seaweed, watermelons, and iris seeds before making an unforgettable soup. That evening we harvested, shipped, and stored butternut squash and melons before Zenia asked us if we wanted to have a baby, but sorry Zenia, you're not June or Mateo, so it's gonna be a no from me. On day 12, we received the roasted chestnuts recipe, planted down new seeds, shipped and stored collard greens. The wandering trader had a dark rug for us. We dug up a sabi root, and Alyssa apologized for running away when we heard her sing in the last season. Today, we realized that the Adventurers Guild mod had no portraits for all of the marriageable candidates. Faye got a birthday gift. We shipped Forest Amonkey, Violet Devil's Claw, Mountain Hokkaido, and Mountain Chico. 5 kegs went into the shed to make us coffee, and the Queen of Sauce taught us how to make some bacon before we slept. On a rainy day 13, Nikolai asked us for a yoho fruit. Skinny and round mushrooms were harvested with a skinny mushroom shipped. Harvey was talking to pilots in the sky after we bought all of the new tonics he had to complete off the Harvey's Clinic mod, and that's one more mod down. We asked for the Iridium pickaxe upgrade, found out not only Martin but also Baron were adopted. Gunther got the Dwarvish device as well as the rare stamp, and after we gave Alex a birthday gift, watched Maverick shout at Pop, gave Alan a birthday gift, and then found him talking to some Junimos who said that something was stirring in the mines. 2 star anise saplings went down in Grambleton. We found our first Jojo Cola rare, ancient Arcanium bracelet, and a whole array of goodies due to all the birdhouses we now had, which might make getting some hard to find items just a little bit easier for us in the long run. We found a black velvet ballet to ship this rainy day as well as a golden rod. Ideen was asking for advice about renting out her spare rooms. We completed the Summer Flowers quest, shipped Cindersnap cinnamon, placed royal jelly into kegs, and then we slept. On day 14, we got silver sheep cheese and in the mail received the steak and mushroom and hot cereals recipe. Clary sage was harvested, shipped and stored. We stocked up on wood and stone, bought the onji and pump recipe before asking Robin for our next silo. We found Ian trying his best to write a letter, Pika let us try a new dish, and Flor got a birthday gift. We told Rosa we would help her with some cooking, and then we spent 200,000 gold at Gus's on different recipes. Pierre sold us a random selection of trees for the greenhouse, and then we returned to Gus to buy out every other recipe from him, aside from the one which needed a frozen truffle to be able to get. Those trees went into the greenhouse, meaning we can now check that off as completed. We crafted a SCOBY starter and kombucha jar, as well as butter churn extruder, candy machine, extractor, oxidizer, and florist table, placing them all in the sheds ready to increase artisanal production. And one more lantern went into the animal pen, Maypop wine also went into casks. And then before sleeping, we cooked up peach pie, mayo fried egg, pumpkin latte, pumpkin bread, mayo omelette, baked Alaska, mushroom soup, curry rice, blackcurrant squash, blue corn pancake, charred squash, vegetable tempura, refried cranberry beans, roasted shunchoke, succotash, taro malasadas, taro swirl mooncake, teates, ice cream sundae, Sarawak layer cake, stir-fried oka, red carrot parsnip cake, stuffed pumpkin, hardy kiwi panna cotta, ichigo sand, pineapple whip, and a triple shot before we decided to sleep. Believe it or not, our cooking leveled up twice because of what we had just done, and we woke up to the green rain on day 15. In the mail, we received the broccoli rice skillet, protective tonic, and green thumb tonic recipes, with Rosa asking us for some goat's cheese. It was Monday sorting again, and we added one more iridium dehydrator to the shed and sat down a good amount of fruit and veg to get gold plated, picking up the gold dust we needed for it from the mill and finding out that the gold dust actually had qualities to it. Each quality of wild leaf and blitz clam went into forever storage, as did an iridium bar. We set up a chest for the Stardew Valley artifacts, shipped off an amber drum, egg, figurine, ocarina, spoon, sword, fossil, and cowboy boots, storing the other 6 away into forever storage. The oil maker was upgraded to iridium level, with coconuts and hot peppers placed inside. A new selection of fruits was set to turn into jelly. All the new baits that we had made were stored away. Clary sage went into the flower press and everlasting crystals. Lilac, gardenia, alamander, and hibiscus were placed in the extractor. We looked at what we needed to make kombucha and got it all set up. We got honey and yams into the extruder, placed milk in the butter churn, and wheat in the charcoal kiln before storing away 22 essential oils, restocking the alembic with new forage, fruit, and veg. After the sort, we finally set up a path joining up the animal barn area to the main path near our house. We harvested all the star fruit, getting us an iridium quality one that we were missing. We crafted an iridium band and the life essence Zenia was asking for, making an extra one to store away. Harvested dewdrop berries from our nexus and got all the star fruit needed into the vineyard, spending most of the day scything away for fiber because of the green rain before we slept. On day 16, we had 6 silver quality wines for the collection, and something was happening in the vineyard. We found Lenny working on some paperwork before giving her a birthday gift, maxing out her friendship, buying from Pierre today some delphinium. This week we chose the feeding the cat quest, picked up our iridium pickaxe, bought more starfruit seeds from Sandy, and every recipe she also had on offer, as well as a wall sconce, pleated skirt, long dress, shorts, wall cactus, and coat stand. We found a skull in the trash and found Desiree and Alan in the mine looking for cave flowers. Zenia got the life essence she needed, and he opened up the next part of the flower paradise. And here Zenia got to talk to the spirit of her mother, putting aside all her doubts about her mother not wanting her, and we were rewarded with a Zenia flower. Starfruit was planted, ancient fruit was harvested, caviar was shipped, and the skull was stored away, completing the collection of Fiona's trash. But at least for now, until we start getting qualities of these items. Lanterns lit up the silo area and manure area before we decided to plant some grass down around the manure containers just for decoration before we slept. On day 17, Pierre was at our door saying Zenia flowers were now appearing everywhere and that he could now sell them if we wanted them. We changed the layout of the animal processing area and the void ranch, placing down the elderberry saplings in Grampleton. Just one more star in each sapling is needed now for this mod to be complete. We checked on the overpoweredness of the birdhouses and got Robin to sell us 2 new shipping bins for the farm and Grampleton, before getting the final solo down for the farm itself. Grass went down in front of these silos, we planted invisible fruit, placed a lantern outside artisanal processing, placed a variety of fruit into the candy maker, tea into the oxidizer, before picking up some butter and gold-plated blackberry, banana, apricot, apple, ancient fruit, beeswax, floral kombucha, and paprika for shipping. Before bed, we decided to cook up some shrimp donut, desert gumbo, sweet bean cake, skull cave casserole, spicy tacos, and oeuf à la coque. And digging in the underground cave got us the Digging Like Worms book, which we immediately read. And if anyone happens to know which mod that book is from, please do let me know. Pocket Camp truffles, famous, flat, elegant, flat, and round mushrooms were also harvested, and the Pocket Camp truffles were placed into the oil maker before we slept. On day 18, our first silver quality gemberry wine was ready. We made 2 geo crushers and upgraded them to the iridium level to automate the geo breaking for us before heading to Mount Vapius to complete the crop's order request. At the beach, Alex was mourning the passing of his mother, and we found a dragger eye also while we were there. Lenny and Lewis were found reminiscing about old times. We filed for divorce, chilled up the children's sketchbook, and on the island, Leo asked us about Pelican Town before we harvested Heraroa and fertilized the cactus. We stored each quality of Heraroa, talked to Birdie, foraged in the island, and returned to have a chat with Mateo. And as it turns out, the previous curator before Gunther stole all the items from the museum with Mateo's help right before we arrived in town 3 years ago. Abigail almost told us she loved us. We found the Geode crusher was making silver quality minerals, the Pocket Camp truffle oil was shipped and stored, and we slept. On day 19, we received the elderberry tea and Kalola soup recipes in the mail and harvested our first pink and purple starflowers, which were stored and shipped. We picked up our coffee, stored away an iridium geode and magma geode, and we had a chat with Pop, who was worried that he was the only Shevit who could talk. From the wandering trader, we finally got the generic pickles we needed, stocked up on lots of bouquets from Pierre for future dating, before also stocking up on Zenia and wishing bamboo. We gave a bouquet to Alex, the sturgeon were asking for diamonds, and we asked Robin for another fish pond. The final mulberry tree was ready and automated. We made some triple shots of normal and silver quality as well, and then went to bed. On day 20, it didn't seem to do much. We proposed to Alex, buying 3 of every tree from the Plentiful Harvest mod before erasing Zinnia's memory. We scythed away grass and got all the new saplings down, found an ancient tablet that the birdhouses had collected, and again admired how hard these birds were working for us. The ancient tablet was added to the Passerby Minerals chest, as were all the silver quality minerals, and then we headed to bed. On day 21, Alex was asking us to meet him at the saloon after dark. Blue, white, and yellow irises were ready, so they were shipped and stored, and the same was done for our first soybeans. The excess soy was added to the mill. John passed out during exercise class, and we bought cassava from Pierre before giving Ideen her birthday gift. Clint stocked us up on ore as well as an anvil, and we finally purchased the furniture and fence catalogs. The tappers on the tree farm were finally all put down, the anvil went into the workshop, the sturgeons got their diamonds that they had been asking for, and we slept again. On day 22, 2 more silver quality wines were ready for us, and we received the Burfi recipes and produce packer crafting recipe in the mail, with Ideen asking us for some flowers. We could store our first iridium watermelon, and basil could be shipped and stored. The Monday sorting began and we made 7 produce packers, getting them turning a load of items into new artisanal goods, and the Alembics got 20 new items also. A few new items were set to turn into jelly and wine, with 29 jellies and 2 aged roes stored away. Iridium prehistoric scapula, tibia, copper fibula, fossilized ammonites and fossilized fish were stored away, as well as pressed clary sage and polished tourmaline. 59 dried goods were stored and 2 qualities of raisin. We made 1 more iridium dehydrator and stored away 27 new juices. Adding ingredients to the fridge, we could cook up a banana chip field snack, banana maple jam, blue jazz jelly, peach salsa, pickled fish, pickled olives, pickled red onions, spicy mayo salsa, banana split jam, crocus jelly, dandelion jelly, mango chutney, special edition winter star jelly, strawberry rhubarb jam, spring lemon marmalade, sweet lime marmalade, 4 flower seed soups and 4 mixed seed teas, peaches and cream, peach and strawberry popsicle, summer salad, burfi, seaweed salad, nadamonji, kiwi banana berry smoothie, kung pao lotus root, bread plate and coleslaw before ending the busy Monday sorting. We put 4 iridium casks into the basement to age up our flower seed and mixed seed soups. We picked up the homemade fertilizer request from Susan, gave Gunther a boomerang and spent a good chunk of the day automating the entire mountain lake area before giving the dwarf a birthday gift and sleeping. On day 23, we married Alex and the dwarf let us know he was now selling new types of carrots. Our Zenia were ready to harvest and we stored 1 of each away and crafted up loads of recipes to have them all checked off. A golden, stone, stump and carved brazier, iron lamppost, wicked statue, mini jukebox, drum block, witch's elixir and owl carving before heading to the workshop and showcasing the 4 types of pot that you could make with this mod. And that, for now, is that mod finished until it potentially updates in the future, as there are a few hidden items that we can't get just yet. Nasturtium was ready, so was shipped and stored. We got our first iridium quality golden manure, asked Clint for an iridium axe upgrade, and this day we completed a few more bundles. We finished Wisteria's shop, which got us the Junimo catalog. We finished the Alchemist shop, which got us a seed maker, and Mason's as well, which got us some preserve jars. At the vineyard, Apples was there to meet us for the first time, and the Junimos helped us set up a warp point to their village, where we stocked up on artifacts. The bird houses again provided us with strange new items, an ancient statue, and while we were there we got our first silk cloth. We shipped our first foragers and fruit basket, set some rainbow sprinkles being made, set several new flowers to be dried, and we slept. On day 24 we had some gold quality food ready for us. Our soybeans had turned into bean dregs and soybean milk of every quality, so they were shipped and stored. We asked Robin to open the bedroom and add a southern room to the house before asking her for a barn in East Scarp. The stone of Yoba went into the museum. We dug up the strange doll and then placed that into the museum, and at the beach we hid from the rain under Sebastian's umbrella. Gus had gained 2 more recipes somehow, which we bought from him, also buying a cider to ship off for completion. We helped Susan crafting a wardrobe and donated the fertilizer she had been asking for, before heading to Passerby to purchase the mysterious gemstone that had been stolen. We placed it back into its home, opening up a new room where we found a dodo egg and met Zooey for the first time. The trader at Passerby had a number of new items for us: a gluttonous Arcanian warrior, selfless Arcanian warrior, Elizabeth's ring, Voidling, Shelled In, Bumble's Flight, Bull Fury, Eternal Embrace, and Behated. We made 6 more iridium casks and crafted a water shifter, ancient battery production station, recycling bin, advanced recycling machine for completion. The casks went down in the basement and we placed maple syrup, oak resin, and pine tar inside before sleeping. On day 25, we crafted a tofu pot and pump, harvested, shipped, and stored delphinium. The delphinium also went into the flower press and everlasting crystals. Loose leaf white and green tea was picked up, the tofu pot was placed and set to work, 16 more gold-plated foods were shipped, the pump went down as we need lots of water to make soda later on, invisible fruit was stored as were the new loose leaf teas. We cooked up green tea, white tea, coconut cream white tea, pomegranate white tea, raspberry white tea, and mayo baked fish, Clint had finished our iridium axe and we asked for an iridium hoe upgrade next. We helped Jacob with some escaped chickens, we got rid of the broken wildflower items at East Scarp, found a note on the East Scarp beach about Mr. Sheridan and the debt they were in. Mango trees were automated, as were the fully grown wildflower trees. The bird houses continued to provide wondrous things. We shipped off some tofu, and then we slept. On day 26, we received the chimichurri recipe. We shipped a gem isle jasmine and harvested our red and blue wishing bamboo, shipping and storing them away. We upgraded some of our animal processing machines to gold level and went to Ginger Island, which allowed it to buy the 10 recipes that were unique to Gus here. Moira got a birthday gift, we harvested, stored, and shipped devil's horns. Leo got a birthday gift, and we returned home to sleep. On day 27, silver quality maple syrup, oak resin, and pine tar were ready, and we received the poi and empanadas recipe in the mail. Cassava was harvested, shipped, and stored. A normal pink radiant lily was stored. We picked up some loose leaf oolong and shipped one off. The first glowing gay mushroom and teal mushrooms were ready. We bought 2 deer from Marnie, calling them Vera and Freya. Our iridium hoe was ready. Jacob and Malaya got a birthday gift. And we cooked up some mango green tea, oolong milk tea, chimichurri, empanadas, and poi. Jacob and Clint were seen having a strange conversation. We claimed foraging mastery, found a devil's cigar, Rufus milk cap, and babelette for shipping before we slept. And it was the final day of the season once again. Iridium quality cooking was ready for us in casks, as was gold quality pine tar, oak resin, and maple syrup. We received the mango sticky recipe in the mail and got word of the beautiful June's return. Harvesting the flowers at the small honey area allowed us to ship off a shifter bloom. We stored an iridium quality omni geode. The wandering trader gave us a wallflower pal. We stocked up on starfruit, beets, cinnamon, fairy dust, and cumin seeds from Sandy, and also they bought a shirt. We cut down all our heaviest trees, allowing us to greatly expand the tree farm here. Susan needed some help harvesting giant crops, and she showed us how to make certain drinks more profitable. The bin at the summit got us a prismatic garbage hat, which is now our favorite new hat. We shipped heaviest wood, harvested and planted starfruit. Pierre had a lobster quinoa recipe for us to buy, and then it was time to enjoy the Moonlight jellies once more. And with that, the season again comes to a close. We've seen just how useful these birdhouses are going to be in finding us elusive items that will only continue to improve as we get more into the Grampleton orchard. The orchard itself has grown a lot, and we are on our way to setting up a small caviar production area on the farm soon to keep increasing our profits. One more marriage is done, and I am so excited for the next season. We have a few new cool mods coming your way for us to delve into, and as always, thanks for tuning into this episode. It really does mean a lot, and I hope to catch you soon in a future live stream or in the next video. So again, thanks so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and bye for now, everyone.